All right, guys. So, you just got to see the unreleased music video for my new single, Oh Sally. And I wanted to start by showing you this video because it pretty much sums up my entire artistry in 3.5 minutes. I'm going to speak more about this video in a little bit, but first I wanted to start by telling you about myself. As you heard, my name is Ulrika, and I am an independent pop artist from Sweden. I'm also 1/4 of music production company Bravo Ocean here in Atlanta, and we are putting me out as an artist independently from major record labels. When I first entered the music industry years ago as an aspiring artist, I was very naive and had no clue what to expect. All I knew was that I wanted to sing, but it took years of doing and learning and winning and failing to truly understand what it takes to come up in the music industry. What I learned is that being a new artist is just like being an entrepreneur who starts a business. And believe it or not, every entrepreneurial journey is actually very similar to a Disney-style fairy tale. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about by sharing my fairy tale. Do you guys want to hear it? Yeah. Yay! Right answer! Awesome. So, where do we start in fairy tales? Chapter number 1. The dream. The lead character dreams. I dreamt of how amazing it would be to get to do music every day for the rest of my life. I dreamt of all the people I might affect all around the world. I dreamt of love and beauty. I felt a purpose. We move on to chapter number 2. The jump. The lead character takes a huge leap of faith and jumps off the cliff to pursue her dream. As soon as I finished high school in Sweden, I moved from Stockholm to Los Angeles and made the extremely emotional and a risky decision to become a pop artist. Chapter number 3. The fight. The lead character immediately lands on the bottom and helplessly has to fight off scary monsters and dragons. Overall, my LA experience was a very positive one, but I still definitely had to fight off some crap on the way. For instance, I worked with producers who just wanted to make out, photographers who insisted I should take my clothes off. I moved from place to place, and I had crazy roommates who were both alcoholics, compulsive liars, and stalkers. Don't ask me how I managed to attract all of those beautiful people into my life. Somehow I did. I signed 2 pretty terrible production deals and 1 360 deal with a label. And although I did see some glitz and glam, I am pretty sure, looking back, that I wasted a couple of years of my life by waiting on the powerful people around me to hand me my dream. However, little did I know, the entire music industry was taking a turn for the worse. As consumers stopped buying records, many labels went under. Few executives wanted to take risks, so major labels stopped funding artist development. I felt that my stagnant career was a result of the decline of the industry. So I ended up parting ways with my label, and I moved to Atlanta. Woo! Now, this takes me to the 4th and most important chapter of the entire fairy tale. It's the chapter called The Climb. And this is so important because this is where the lead character gathers all the important tools and weapons that she needs to be able to fight back and start to climb up to the top of the hill. So, here I was in Atlanta, and in front of me were no more record labels, contracts, or promises, no more 5-star hotels or cool photo shoots or dinner parties. But at this point, I'd experienced enough to know that I internally had all the power I needed to take charge of my own career. It was time to take control. It was time to take ownership. And that's what I set out to do. Here's what I knew I needed. A production team. Music, duh. Branding, marketing, and partnerships. And here's how I went about tackling all of these areas. First off, the team. I partnered up with producers and writers, Nick Chawala, Charles Malone, and Priska Strother, and we created Bravo Ocean Music Group. We saw a big potential in using our expertise to create and develop content for other up-and-coming artists like myself. So we purchased an empty loft space in downtown Atlanta and built it out into a modern production facility with our bare hands. And I have to add that I did manage to cut off my finger in the process, so I have literally shed blood, sweat, and tears from artistry. Just have to say that because it adds like a cool factor. Anyhow, here is the built-out space, and this is where we create all the content, from record production to video production, branding, and live shows. And in return, we use part of the revenue to fund our own projects. Next on my list was music, something that every artist needs. And I'd been searching for sound for a long time. But 3 years ago, I finally started writing my own material. Instead of waiting for music, I took ownership. And because of it, my natural and true sound was born. Today, I work with incredible producers, but I even try to pre-produce all my songs to show them a direction, exactly what I'm thinking as far as where the song should go. And they let me do this because they know that ownership builds confidence. And when I stand by my product 100%, everybody wins. Branding is something else that every artist needs, but a lot of independent artists actually underestimate the value of it. I believe that if music is the engine, then branding is the wheel that steers the entire vehicle. A few years ago when I was signed, I got a lot of opinions on how I should look and who I should be, and I was never happy. Anytime I was presented with visual content, I always thought, I can do it better myself. So, eventually, I did. I've always had a huge passion for graphic design, but my artistry truly pushed me to develop that skill set even further. And today I do all of my own branding, including logo design, website, promo material, social media graphics, merch, and much more. Again, I took ownership of not only my music, but also my visuals. And when I realized that I was really good at this, I even started my own branding company, Ulrika Design, as a part of Bravo Ocean Music Group. And with Ulrika Design, I get to brand other artists who need the help I never got, which is really cool. Oh, Sally! Guys, it is finally time to talk about the Oh Sally music video. So, the Oh Sally music video that you just got to see is another example of branding that we have produced all in-house and are extremely proud of, just because it does such a good job at showcasing everything that I am as an artist in such a short period of time. It's uplifting, it's artistic, and it's worldly. And I know it looks like we spent a fortune on it, but in reality, we were just a small group of friends who did absolutely everything, from the set design, to the graphics and the animations, to building these crazy, cuckoo monster costumes. And I actually edited most of it myself. So, this video is the perfect proof that incredible and high-end content can be created with little means if you just take ownership, collaborate, and work your butt off. So now when I have this great content, the next step is naturally to get it out to consumers. And in order to do so, I need marketing. Now, marketing is a big struggle for any artist, independent artists, because one, it takes a lot of time, and two, it costs a lot of money. And on top of that, I personally know that my expertise is content creation and definitely not marketing. So in this field, I need help. I need partnerships. Now, the beautiful thing about partnerships, though, is that it's easier to get great ones if you have a great product. So I'm happy to say that because I spent all this time trying to create something I'm truly proud of, it's now paying off. We're currently in negotiations with both Warner Brothers and Sony's independent distribution companies. And these guys are bigger partners, and they're going to help us where we're lacking in sync, online marketing, radio promotion, and much more. And the other beautiful thing about them, independent distribution companies, is that they only take around 15 to 20% of revenues versus a traditional label deal, which can take anywhere from 50 all the way up to 90%. So this way, I get to keep my control, I get to keep my ownership, but I still get the help and leverage of a major. You guys are not going to believe this, but we have actually arrived at the last chapter of my fairy tale, where the lead character has finally climbed up to the top of the hill, where she gets everything she ever wanted and lives happily ever after. And now I know you're wondering, has Ulrika arrived? Well, maybe not like in the Disney stories per se, but I believe it's important to celebrate even the smallest of victories. And honestly, I have felt that I've arrived several times. For instance, when I reached 2.5 million views on my YouTube channel, when H&M wanted to feature me in my artistry, when I was asked to be the voice for Gillette, and of course, coolest of all, when TEDx asked me to come speak. 2 times now, guys. Woo! Yeah, I know, you guys beat everything. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Still, I know that I have miles to go. In fairy tales, the lead character always stays on top once he or she gets there, which is really convenient for the story. But in reality, as entrepreneurs, we tend to keep dreaming and keep jumping off new cliffs. We dream, we jump, we fight, we climb, we arrive, and then we do it all over again. So, now you've heard my fairy tale, and you pretty much know how I got to where I am today. I don't know what the future holds, but there are a few things I've learned on the way. If you have a dream, pursue it, take ownership, and don't wait for help. Learn to collaborate, and you will get to where you need to go faster. Keep exploring your talents because you never know where they might take you. Surround yourself with the people who you want to become. And last but not least, believe in yourself, and others will too. It's as simple as that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.